Just mine. Just mine. Welcome to your drawings of mine. And then, na 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 na. There you go. That's how I got a night intro. Really, I'm drawing anyway, so I thought I'd jump on by and see what's going on. I have no idea. Let's see, media assets. I'm going to turn on the chat so I can see it on the screen. Anybody's commenting. So I'm sketching these pages before I move into income. And you can see before I draw, I have all my writing in place. So I know where to put my art, lay the art out to match what's going on with the dialogue and narration. And you can always tell the difference between narration and dialogue because narration is justified to the left and dialogue um, is center justified. So there you go. Yay! Anyway, actually, I got to change on this page, but here's some that's not drawn yet. If I get a chance, then I'm going to start drawing, sketching this page tonight. Right now, I'm sketching out this page, doing the layout, showing how everything's going to look, and trying to set up an action scene because shit's about to go down. This is Frank Tedesco. He's oh, you should show dialogue. I've already finished this page, page one, and this has my buddy Shane Moore as Frank Tedesco. He's a Native American uh, retired police officer and former U.S. Navy veteran. And I made him just like he was in real life. He was a police detective, and I made him the lead detective in my story, former FBI. And he goes into a meeting with his chief or captain, and um, decides he's going to eat some jelly beans while he's waiting. Shoves them in his mouth right at the moment that the captain walks in and starts talking to him. So he ends up spitting it into his hand and shoving it into his pocket like Mr. Bean. And finds out that in order to get his task force for the vigilante, the main character in the book, he has to go do some interviews. So that's what he does. He goes, and this scene I'm sketching out now is the scene where he and his partner go to a donut shop to speak to the family that runs this donut shop and how they were taken hostage and robbed. And in the middle of the robbery, the Seattle vigilante, who, like I said, is the main character in the story, saves them. And we get to hear how he does it. So this is how it starts with them getting out of the car, walking in, showing their identification. Family, the wife and daughter look kind of stressed out by the whole thing, not ready to open up, because what just happened 46 hours before. And so the detectives sit down with some coffee to discuss, and he tells basically moment by moment what happened that night, how they were put in the cleaning closet, and how they robbed the safe. In order to get the code to the safe, they threatened a daughter, and so that's going to be in. Let's see which panel is it. Oh yeah, it's going to be just described, not done. And then we're going to have these two panels where you see the guy up front, or no, this is the guy going to the safe, and this is the guy up front. And then he yells back to this guy, the one here in the door, asking about how the girl looks. And he looks at her all pervy and says she's fine, super fine. And of course, the dad narrates, I wanted to kill him. And then I have to sketch out this page, which is more description of going into the robbery. And then page 4 is when the vigilante comes in and pretty much takes them all out. This is a cool move where he knocks the gun out of the guy's hand flying, and then the guy tries to grab his gun, and he shoves the gun between his neck and his hand and grabs the guy behind the neck and then pulls him over, flipping him onto the ground, and then he eliminates him. Single shot, boom. And these are the other two guys just reacting to what just happened. And he comes around the corner and does a three-shot burst, taking that guy out, and tries to do quick take out the other guy at the safe as quickly, but he dodges into the donut fryer area of this little donut shop. And I don't want to tell you what happens there because it's fucking cool. Yeah, I know. I thought it would be kind of funny that they're sitting in there and they're not having donuts. And I wasn't sure if I should make a joke about it or not, but I did put this little poster up that says "Donut Worry," and them drinking a coffee, and he's got his mobile device here recording the conversation. And you see the daughter and the mother back in the fry area alone, just watching and really not very happy to have to be reliving this incident. Anima watched me do a lot of this today. She enjoyed it. Ooh, man, I'm tired. So not sure what I'm going to do for these panels. So I need to really kind of just sit here and think what angle I want to go at. Because I've shown this where you see this kind of interesting angle from the husband's perspective, looking and seeing them. Because angle is from where they're sitting at the booth. And then we see a straight on shot of them inside the storage. Um, well, it's a cleaning closet. It's where you keep all your cleaning chemicals, mops, and stuff like that. They're clearly got their hands tied behind them. I'm actually going to have them hog tied on their knees, and the daughter is leaning on the mother. And I think this will be a shot of the guy going into the safe. There'll be a close up of the safe and him leaning into it. So and I'll go ahead and start sketching this out. These are rough sketches. These aren't meant to be finished. Although the far right one, I sketched that real quick, and Anna was like, "Wow, you drew that quickly." I went, "Well, I had the image in my head, and when I have the full image in my head, it's easy to kind of draw it." So let's see, make sure I don't have anything on here. I have 77 normal and pencil. Okay. Oh, something is on. Yep, smoothing. Got to turn that off. When I'm sketching, I can't have smoothing on because I need it a little rough. Shoulder right here, arm extended forward. So it'll just be a little bit of the arm and then the hand here. I'll have probably I want to be a good pose. I'm looking at my own hand right now. I think I'll do it that way. I'm sticking out here. Yeah, right there is about where the neck comes out. Let me erase that. That's a lot of crap right there. There we go. Ah, that could be about that position right there. Be Save. Save. And then we'll draw some of the safe back of it here. Back. And we'll see. The door is open over here on this side. Here. By the way, Anima's been watching season one and now is on season two of the Netflix Daredevil series. Hey, Tim. Hey, Wade. Hey, Parrot. How are you guys doing tonight? Someone joined me. I don't know who.
Your friendly neighborhood.
Oh, what are you
What's
doing up,
up,
man?
man? What are you doing here?
I'm just decided to jump on and do some art while I'm working. Oh, fuck it. I'll just go on and do this. And
So, how are you?
I'm doing okay. Just doing some art.
Good to know. Yeah, I was perusing and saw you were here. So, yeah, it's gonna have the big guy with the chat. So, we have Tim, Parrothead, and Wade.
Mhm. Yep.
To see you
Wait here.
guys. Yeah, and he hopes you're well.
Fingers here. So they're clear. On and get the wrist, and the forearm goes about right here. That arm is there. And this arm comes out. Bicep. All right. Now do some erasing here. It's so fucking low. It doesn't look so fucking rough. A little bit. Yeah, yeah. Peak form. Then there's going to be like cash in here, band going around it. A little box back here that comes into play later. This is his gun because the bad guys kind of poke fun at the proprietor of the donut shop. He's like, "Hey guys, our uh, our host here has a gun, and he's got it properly locked up in a safe, totally where he needs it right now. Bet you wish you had this." When we walk through that door, making fun of the proprietor. So I get that look. That's pretty much what I want there. And now for this one, um, can't sleep. Draw show. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go to bed here probably in about an hour, maybe 2 hours. Till then, I'm just gonna sketch. Let me think. How do I want to do this? I want to have this guy. Like I said, I did a layout with all the writing. I'm going to have safe here. On top. Me, you, the his face aimed slightly downward. And I'm going to have him holding. Well, how do I want him holding this? He's going to have a money bag. Oh, dear. Yeah. Minute. There. Up the shirt. Make sure it's right around the base of his shoulder. Get him here. I've already started drawing him. You there, Martin?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm mesmerized with you, what you're doing. And I don't want to talk because you're obviously focused.
No, no, no. I'm fine with that.
Oh, okay. So yesterday I went to the movies with my wife. We went to see uh, Mission Impossible.
I loved it.
Yeah, me
It was
too.
long, and
I didn't feel it.
took forever to. It felt like it took forever to get to that important thing, but I once they got there, man, I was good to go.
I don't know. Everybody's saying that, but to me, uh, it wasn't long. I was uh, surprised when I see the time at which we came out. Jesus, that
Yeah,
was
2
long,
hours
but
and
I didn't
41
feel it.
minutes. 2 hours and 41 minutes.
That was a good closure.
It really did feel like an end of an ending.
Yep, and the way in which they interweave all the stories of all the movies except the second one, which doesn't exist.
Yeah, see, that's what took so long is they were spent so much time on setup of paying off. It's like an hour, hour and a half of just setting up all the payoffs from the past events to finally get to that one point where it was like, I loved it. I loved it when they finally got to that point. And I was so happy that they made some of the decision. I'm not going to say what they are with some of the
No, no.
characters from the past. And I liked how it's I'm not gonna say it's a happy ending, but you get a very satisfying ending for some of these characters from the past, and I really liked it, and I kinda wish that Cerny had been available for the other films because if you didn't know, that's why Alec Baldwin got pulled into the movies because, Cerny wasn't available, and so the Alec Baldwin character was supposed to be him, and I wished he'd come back for that terrible Mission Impossible 2. And that Wu made,
Ah,
and instead of Anthony Hopkins, because Anthony Hopkins just it was like wasted on him. It was a role that should have been somebody that knew who Hunt was and had worked with him.
yeah, but I
The Arctic scene, I think is one of my
oh
favorites.
yeah. Um, oh my God, I hate that we cannot talk at liberty.
Yeah, we can't give
Because we,
away anything. I don't want to give
yes,
away
yes,
anything to anybody.
people, people in the audience, do yourselves a favor. If you like the franchise, go see that movie. It's awesome.
And just seeing Tom Cruise do shit that he's secretly hoping kills him is so much fun.
It's very well written.
Yep. And I think Chris McQuarrie did a fantastic job directing it. I really, really like him as a director. There, I think I've got this page laid out the way I want to do it. Now, down, hit save, save. Don't get to page 3. Oh, I whistled.
Like Herbert. Herb.
Yeah,
Herb the Herb.
Herbert the pervert. This is a scene. I don't know if you saw this. This is when he takes
Oh, I
down the guy.
haven't seen it.
This is when he takes the guy down at the front register. The guy like hears him because he walks on some of the broken glass because that's how they came in. Is that they came in before the store opened, the donut shop opened, and smashed the front door and just walked in. And so he makes a step earlier, and the dad, like, I could have sworn I heard somebody stepping on glass, but nothing happens. It's quiet, and they're just talking to each other. And then he hears it a second time, and he says, "I heard it that time, and I think someone else must have heard it." Because he gets quiet, and he goes, "Hey, who?" And you see Vindicated standing there, crouched down with his weapon aimed forward, and a gun comes out. He spins and with his weapon, drops the money bag. That's what's here. Spins to shoot, and he meets him. Instead of shooting him, he meets him with the butt of the weapon, smacking his hand, knocking the gun backwards. And then the guy lunges and grabs the weapon, which is a huge mistake because he then pulls him into the weapon. And what's going on here is the weapon is actually locked right next to his head. And he grabs around the back of his head and turns and pivots and throws him to the ground. And right when the guy hits, he does a coup de grace on him. You can see that, right?
Yep.
Single shot.
Question. This is a deposition, right?
This is a what?
A deposition. Somebody's narrating this, and it's not John.
Oh yeah, it's not a deposition. It's being recorded by the police. It's an interview. It's the first main interview with the family because they were so traumatized that night the cops didn't interview him. And so what he's doing, he has been sent out because he's requested for a task force because he believes that this vigilante is one person doing all of this, and he wants a task force to catch this guy. And so, this captain says, I can't promise you anything, but go get me some interviews, these people, and we'll see what we can do. He says, I filed for it, but we're going to require interviews to prove that it's one person. So he finally goes in and starts interviewing these people. And this is in the middle of a robbery, like I said, and he smokes these guys pretty quickly. First guy at the register, and this guy that's guarding the family in the storage closet, the cleaning room, and he turns yelling the guy's name, Beto. And even though this is not like a Spanish gang, these guys happen to be mixed with Hispanic and white guys. And the guy back at the safe is like, "Hey, what's happening, man? What's going on?" And then he describes here the vigilante was quick moving. He smoked the one guarding us before he knew what was happening. Pew, pew, pew. He dropped that guy like a bad habit. And by the way, the father who is being held in there is a former Marine,
Yeah,
which
I
is
read
why
that.
he, yeah. And Anima really like the little noises they make when they get hurt, you know. So then the dad narrates again. Then he turned to the asshole cleaning out our safe. That guy was a bit smarter and tried to find cover. The smell of gunpowder burned the senses. And I bring that up on page one that because a lot of people in movies and TV, you'll hear them say cordite, and it's like we haven't used cordite since 1945. It's like what you've got is sulfur dioxide, is what you're smelling. That pungent, sulfury smell is more modern. Gunpowder has sulfur dioxide in it. And when it burns, it leaves that. It's an acrid, strong, sulfury smell. You recognize it immediately. That's gunpowder. There's been a fight here. And so he comments on it. The smell of gunpowder burned his senses. And then we get to that's page 4. I haven't gotten to page 5 yet. And I'm shortening this scene because I realized I don't have to show each story. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show the same shot, like right here. You're going to see like several shots of them in front of a different shop or different street, opening the car and going inside. So it's like, I don't have to show each interview. I was going to show all 3, but I'm like, I don't really have to. And at the end of this interview, um, I'm probably going to show all those interviews, and this will be the last interview. And at the end of this interview, the father says, the detective looks over in the corner and notices that there's a CCTV security camera. She says, "You have CCTV. You have that on the entire store?" And she says, "The light's off. Is it not on, not powered up, or is it working?" He says, "Yeah, we have a video of the entire incident." And you see the looks of joy on Tedesco's and his partner's face, like, "Oh, no shit." And so they leave there very happy that they have this video. And the minute they plug in when they go to the police station, this is where you find out that um, Rollins has, it's not just John, because John and his team also have locked into the police department's mainframe. And they're able to look at anything the police are looking at because Tedesco invites him to, because he feels so bad after that incident, where he thought you're my guy. I'm going to arrest you. And then at the end, he sees him in the wheelchair and he goes, "Fuck, you're not my guy." And he feels so bad. He's like, "Why don't you come to the station? We'll go have lunch or something." He's okay. So he goes there. And when he does, he sets up a little device right beneath Tedesco's computer, underneath the desk where he can't see. And that's for Bill to hack into his computer and basically get onto the police mainframe. Anytime that Tedesco is logged in, he'll be able to get into the computer or the mainframe there at the police department. The only thing he can't get into is CODIS, because if you don't know that, there's only one operator that manages CODIS. And they go into a clean room. Nobody's allowed near that fucking computer except for the CODIS operator there at that police precinct. So I do like the way this guy gets smoked. 3-shot burst. Beautiful. So let me close that. I'll see if I got anything else drawn here from this chapter.
Wait,
No, I've drawn that.
you know
Yeah,
that
right now it
you
shows
need,
13 pages, but this is actually only going to be 8 pages.
you know
Live
you
right
need
here.
a 5 pages scene of people eating in a cafe, right?
Eating what?
Eating donuts in a cafe.
Oh, yeah. I did do some more inks on this page if you want to see it, like when he blows a hole in the wall. Where's it at? Right there. Open that up. I'll come back and finish this weekend. But yeah, I sketched in him getting his head explodes, and then this guy gets hit in the chest. Explosion of the wall. Haven't finished drawing the debris yet. But I like the expressions on their faces as they realize, wait, he's behind us. I thought this looks pretty good too, him coming through that fucking mouse hole. And normally I like to do solid shadows, but I decided to do some hatching here. So you can see the vest just in the edge of the shadow. It gives it a little more dimension. And I like this shot. I have a buddy who is in the 75th Ranger. And he looked at this and he goes, yep, all proper weapon technique of doing one-man CQB. Because you can do one-man CQB, where you go to clear a building. And if you don't know what that's like, there are several videos of these guys. I'm not sure if we're watching Daredevil today. Anima just loves this show. We're just started season 2. She couldn't believe the whole Punisher thing was just killing her. Like, oh my God, this is so good. I've got to go to sleep, but I don't want to. This is so good. She was just so tickled. And I said, wait till we get to the new season. Then you're going to have your heart ripped out of your chest. Fucking assholes. Yeah, the only good episode this new season was the final episode. And that's the episode that was directed and corrected by the Netflix crew. They came in and they did the last episode. And that's why it's the only good episode this season. The rest of them just like boring, nothing happening, terrible story, terrible dialogue, great acting with terrible writing. And it happens. So, but anyway, what was I going to look up? Oh, yeah. One man CQB. For those of you who don't know, close quarter battle is what that means. And I'm looking for a specific one because these guys I watch and oh, that looks good too. Yeah. Is this it? Is this it? 1 minute. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Oh, I'm not subscribed to this channel on my Pop Culture Minefield account, so I need to do that. Because these guys, this is an amazing channel. He goes through this whole thing explaining, and see how he's holding his weapon here, Martin?
Yeah.
That's the one I was talking about. American fighters tend to not do over the shoulder, but they do it. They still do it. But the preferred thing when you're coming up to a corner is to lower your weapon here. And you'll see why, and he'll explain. This is one man clearing a building. Why isn't it playing? Oh, wait, can you hear it?
Yeah, no.
No? Okay, I need to reshare. Hold on. I didn't share with sound because I'm drawing. That's why. Hint, share screen, full screen, and audio. Yeah, there we go. Back up. So here we go. So let me go back a little bit here. And he's teaching these guys how to do this. Everybody in this room is special forces.
Move. Good. So here's a good point.
He's left-handed.
So Cole is a lefty. A good way to practice this is getting used. A lot of people think that this tactic is doing this, like you were in Vietnam, like you were John Stryker Meyer against the Vietnamese. Like it's not this. Control. It's pushing it here. So I'm minimizing the time it takes for me to go from retracted to extended on target. But I can evolve to the gunfight where the gunfight starts here and it's boom, 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 and I'm already here. With this optic mount, which is GBRS's optic mount, this isn't even out, right? So this isn't even out. I already know this because I work with this kind of thing often. This mount is going to give you the advantage in a 5-shot string of getting to a sight picture or a red dot reference faster than if it was mounted low. It's the proper setup. So I'm here, and the goal is to get behind the optic, but the gunfight starts here when I see him in the threshold. It's boom, boom, boom. I already see the dot. Versus a lot of low-mounted optics where it takes me some time to get in, right? Lastly, here's how you practice this. I'm going to track this movement through the middle of this right here. The way that you practice this is working both sides left and right. And this is going to look weird, and this is where I judge the tactic until I started doing it with simunitions. Well, let me show you. So I'm here. I'm walking down. I retract it. I look left. I look right. I look left. I look right. I look left. I look right. Right? That's working the flexibility off the hips, but also giving
Notice they got Black Rifle coffee.
me a position of the gun to clear left and right. Like worst case scenario, you're in a school where there's an active shooting and I'm moving down the hallway, clearing adjacent doors versus looking in the doorway. I see a threat that's going to kill me and I'm too late. So I'm dead. Okay. So I'm going to do that with DJ Cole. We're going to work down this path and we're going to do left and right, practicing that retracted gun left and right. We don't have to get long the entire time. We can just stay retracted, moving left and right. All right, there we go. Move. A little bit higher, DJ, up in the pit. There you go. Chicken wings or.
This is more of an open room breach. He's not talking about. It's either that or you're walking down a hallway and you have room to your left, to your right. And I think earlier on talks about doing the door. Yeah, here's the door scene.
Front of the gun where the potential threat is. So if I just took it like this and I married the buttstock and I'm looking, it would take a lot of time for me to lull and slew the gun back and forth. Be very difficult to navigate that. On top of that, I'm extending the gun, which means if I come here and I'm extending it, I'm giving a good signature to where I'm located.
That you're coming into the room before you come in.
Before I identify.
Exactly.
So you can grab my barrel, which has happened in task force. I know a lot of dudes coming through breach points, run into the guy with the Makarov hiding behind the threshold. So I want to retract it to have it angled here. Now, this is common, especially with two people doing CQB. Like if Cole was standing right here and he was going to the right and I was going to the left, I certainly would have this gun collapse as we transition into the room to be able to make room.
Now, did you notice what he was doing? The left-handed guy had the stock up on top of his shoulder, which is the other technique I was talking about. I don't like it as much, but I do know that it works and guys do it. A lot of guys do it.
To get a simultaneous clear, which is
while he does the under the arm hold.
Yeah, I think, and it's on this position, is under the arm. You can exert pressure over the extended. Oh my God, the butts of the gun.
Yeah, and I got to be honest.
You could manage recoil better.
I would tell you right now, this is not the length I would want for my weapon going into a breach.
No,
I would prefer something with a barrel that's about, because right now that barrel's out here. Sorry, my hand was shaking. Barrel's all the way out to here. I would actually have the end of the barrel right where his finger is. That's the perfect length for doing CQB, because like he said, when you're going around a corner, the less you have something out in front of you going around the corner, the better. So he would be able to, like he said, you place the stock underneath your shoulder, but it's up there tucked in because you can immediately move in and marry it to the shoulder. Okay, which is the move. That's getting it back up to your line of sight. But you're able to fire because under the arm, it's still aimed at the exact same spot that you're moving to. And with the shorter barrel, you're coming around that corner ready to fire. And if somebody reaches for your gun with a shorter barrel, you just shoot them. They have no chance of pulling that gun before you're already firing. So I love this channel. I watch these guys religiously. You've got Rangers, you've got Air Force PJs, you've got fucking Delta Force in here, regular Rangers in here. You've got Marine Recon, Marines, period. They have every branch that comes in here, and they all learn from the same group of guys. It's great stuff. And this is another one I really like that I watched. This is from a year ago, and we don't have to watch the whole video.
Back in Freedom with the Boys, talking universal standard for.
Why is he blurred? One, he's as I recall, he's SAS, and he is active duty, so they blurred his face, but his technique is fucking great. Walking forward, it's where you lean into your weapon firing.
Readiness. A lot of times in special operations,
And it's all time. They have a little timer
whatever it might be. You
time
can't
'em.
control the lighting variables, and it's really what we're going to talk about today. It's setting a universal standard for high ready, low ready, a bunch of different drills. Now with gas mask, passive night vision shooting, with the laser and without, and just see, can we make a universal standard based off body
By the way, his headset is the same headset that's in Vindicated.
position, some of the tools we have to our disposal. We're just going to go through a couple easy ones. Universal, common to all. High readies, low readies.
Those is
rifle
that
build
guy.
drill,
It's not blurred
three
anymore.
body,
You
two
can see
head,
his headset.
transition, combat reload, and a check drill. We'll do that slick with a gas mask, passively through night vision, and then nod to the laser
Let's
if we
get
have time.
to
But everybody knows that
let's
one.
get to
Cool.
action.
And it's really just, we don't want the low ready. Shooter ready.
Ready.
Stand by.
High ready.
0.71. Build drill. 6 rounds from the rifle.
Now he just did something that is the habit of a lot of fighters, and which is when you're in a situation like this, they will do a mag flip and do a reload. But I don't know why he did it, but it's only one round, so
Ready. Stand by.
habit, I guess.
1.79.
That's fast.
1.79.
Nice.
3 body, 2 head. Shooter ready. Stand by. There we go. 1.87. 1.87. Combat reload.
Great
Getting some magazine
grouping.
in there.
Yeah.
Speed reload.
So I did speed reload.
Again, combat reload.
New full
with the
mag.
rifle. Or do you want to do? We're doing transition right now.
Do a combat reload. I'm ready.
Do combat reload. Shooter ready.
Yep.
Stand by. .90. All hits are good. Let's do a transition. First shot was in .81.
This would be cool.
Shooter ready.
Yep.
Stand by. .20. 2.20. I'll go ahead and set it for a check drill.
Thank you.
What are you doing for this check drill? We're doing our check drill. 0. I'll go ahead and set it for a check drill.
This is for
Thank
the
you.
ladies watching right now. There you go. There you go. Nice ass shot there.
What are you doing for this check drill? We're doing
We'll
our check
do
drill.
1. 1, 5, and 5.
1, 5, and 5.
1, 5, and 5.
Our check drill is a little bit different. It used to be
By the way, just a history of something. Special Forces really love Levi jeans. I shit you not. It goes back to Vietnam.
1, 1, and 1, 1, 5, and 5. So one of the carbine, transition to pistol, 5 of the pistol, put it away, top off rifle, 5 more rounds of the rifle.
I'll end it after this. I fucking love watching this show. I can just watch them for hours.
All right. Check drill 1, 5, and 5.
I can hardly wait till I take anima
What are you doing for time on this?
teach her how to
Under 11 seconds, I think it's good.
properly handle
Normal.
a weapon.
Normal time.
1, 1, and 1.
And
is
I'm not talking
11
about my
seconds.
penis.
Not trying to break
Oh
the
my
rules.
God.
Shooter ready.
Hello, someone.
Hey, awesome one. What's up, buddy? Bye. Wow. His technique.
9.32. 932.
The one that gets me is from the low ready, that 0.71. So fucking fast. High ready means you've already got your weapon aimed down range. Low ready is you've still got the. Oh, Emmanuel, did you see the image I shared for the women watching? It was an image of his ass because that SAS guy, nice ass on this guy. I'm telling you, he's got a butt like Henry Cavill.
All hits look good. First shot was in 0.73.
Look at that butt. Look at that guy's ass.
Good. Fucking slick. All right, we're gonna jam these things up, and we're gonna throw on gas mask. Do the exact.
And Special Forces, like I said, love blue jeans for a reason. They were the preferred lower body clothing in combat in Vietnam for I just forgot the name, the MAC group in Vietnam. I just forgot the fucking name of. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. My brain. It's late. I'm drawing. So they loved blue jeans, Levi's, specifically Levi's, because the leeches couldn't get to them. Other biting insects weren't able to get to them through the jeans, and the jeans didn't retain water like military issue pants did. So all Special Forces since Vietnam prefer wearing Levi jeans, straight leg, not the fucking thin leg shit. Now they gay stuff. So this guy's really good, and like I said, this guy's SAS. Most of these guys are either Special Forces, Green Beret, Delta, or there are Navy SEALs. And they intermix. There's everybody. They all train together. And I think that's great. We're starting to see all the different Special Forces groups on their own time training with the other Special Forces groups. So these great techniques are being spread. It's like Jeet Kune Do, man. Get the best from everything and start intermixing that shit. If somebody does something really good, they spread it. Let's start doing this. And that's why you're starting to see what I was showing you before. The tucking of the weapon under the arm is now being commonly used by more and more Special Forces groups, or front of tier 1 all the way down to tier 4 are doing these kinds of techniques. So good stuff. I love watching this channel. If you don't sub to it, here it is. Let me share it with you. I'll go to it. It's GBRS group, and it is an awesome. Oh wait, what's going on here? What's going on here?
It's down to play.
Look at that. That's pretty. This is good close quarter stuff right there. This is their link. What were you saying, Martin?
Nothing. But that's an MP7, right?
That's what it looks like.
You don't see that every day. Let me tell you. Yeah, MP7. Not easy to get.
What I want you to see is the way he's holding his weapon and how little impact the recoil has. And it's not just all that arm strength he's got, it's how he's holding it. That brass, look at that brass. That is so pretty. Oh, it's like gold. Now, these are what the character in Vindicated wears, this specific headgear. You'll see it every once in a while. You see a little arch up here on the headgear. That's for that logo. Because I can't do the logo on there because I don't get in trouble. But I want to make it obvious. So many nice weapons. I love.
You could have gotten a sponsorship.
Watched the DC Memorial concert last night. It was moving as they shared more stories of vets than music this year. And that video, by the way, awesome one, if you haven't seen it yet, is incredible. So I'm going to stop it because this music's playing. I'm sure it's going to be copyrighted. So we'll probably have to remove it. GBRS Group, Warfare movie review. 30 minutes. Yeah, talking about Don. We've had Don on. Don Shipley. I fucking love Shipley. That's not him. That's the guy from GBRS. But he loves talking about Don Shipley because he's a hard ass. I fucking love Shipley. I want to have him back on again if I end up going over to that radio station because WTF National Radio is talking with me about bringing dangerous nerds over to their radio, and I'll do it like maybe once a week, a little show. And I'd like to get back to doing that, interviewing, veterans, talking about their combat experience, because we did it here on YouTube, and they punished us for it. YouTube is hate fucking military vets.
Look at Jacob here.
No, Jacob, I'm not drawing you like Kate Winslet. I will draw Kate Winslet, but I will not draw you like Kate Winslet, buddy. Good night, Emmanuel. Have a good night, and we'll see you later. So this is a great channel. If you're not subscribed, you should. It's a great channel. I love those are the ones that Vindicated wears. These are the panoramic NVGs. Or as they're also called nods, N-O-D-S. N-O-D small s, nods. Which means nocturnal optic device. Which basically includes everything. Nods are anything, like from Starlight all the way, back in Vietnam to the shit we have today are all nods. Get back to what I was doing some artwork. And see, there he is. He's wearing the panoramic. And what I did is I built those in 3D so I can render them from any angle quickly, because drawing, that's a pain in the ass. And he has two versions of the M4 you'll see him carrying. And I screwed up and I made a mistake here. I've got to put it back in because this one does have a pistol grip in the front. It's supposed to be in there. So I probably should draw that. I'll do that real quick. I'm thinking about it.
I've seen on many channels, Rangers and Marine, even in Garand Thumb, the vertical pistol grip is not used that much. Why? I think you would think
What are you talking about?
The vertical pistol grip. I haven't seen it being used that much.
It's used, but it's used sometimes in different ways. Like some people will put their hand on the main body of the weapon and lean against it, either like he's doing here, or they'll go in front of it and pull in against it.
Yeah, I've seen
holding the barrel, because a lot of guys want to have that. They want to have that control of the barrel, so they tend to grab the barrel rather than the pistol grip. I mean, you'll see guys still do it, but the fact is these guys have techniques that are very specific. Each guy has his own style. Let's see, what size brush do I have? I need to get a regular pen. Then I got to switch back to pencil. Too thick. And that's about right. Stroke path and clean.
That's so nasty. Jacob says, I'll pay you to draw me anatomically correct.
Here, let's back up to 100. Lower section, here to here, there, and back. Here we go. Here we go. Now it's where it belongs. Because you should always have that pistol grip. See, it's right here.
Yeah.
Right here. And I forgot to put it in there, so now it's in. File. Save. I wouldn't mind finishing this drawing. I'm like,
That's the Kool-Aid scene.
yeah. Nobody ever expects the Kool-Aid guy. Give me about. No, it's too big. That's pixels. That's about right. Sure, the brush is set. Yep. Noise is off. Buildup is off. And I should put smoothing on because I'm going to be doing the flame coming out of the barrel.
Oh, Kevin Alpha's here. And he has a question about the.
No, it should be open. Did I draw it closed? I thought I had it open. Yeah, it is. Fuck. All right. I'm going to just do a red line around this to remind me to come back and fix this.
Thank you, Jake. Clevin.
Alpha. You should be my immediate tech advisor on some of the combat. I work for Del Dye, and I could probably get a hold of him any day of the fucking week, but I tend to not want to bother him until I'm done with stuff, and then I send him a whole bunch of.
By the way, we had previously a breach from from awesome one, and now this is another. So I will run you two videos. Let's start with this one.
So, close up that back door. Close up that back door.
Which reminds me, there's some great ones from Daredevil that Anima's been having me do.
And we have another one for you also.
Cowboy, check around and see if there's a back door.
And I think I owe you nothing.
Go. How is that? How did they get the 4? Dinner. Clean. In. Yeah. Turn off the blue background so you can see what I just did. There it is. Now you'll notice in some of the other scenes, like in this one here, you hear the full blast of the M4, which I came up with my own word, onomatopoeia, which is a word that represents a sound. And for this scene in particular, and the scene where he takes out the mercs earlier, I use that sound for the sound of an M16 or M4. When you hear the weapon fire normal, talk, talk, talk. That's sort of kind of what it sounds, what I remember it sounding like when I was firing. And is Gerry's back door open? Did you mean back door, awesome one? I did do a video for Anima. I don't know if it's in here or not. Let me go look and see. Is it in here? No, I don't see it. And I'm getting ready to do a backdoor one from Daredevil. She is so into that show, Netflix Daredevil. I told her she was going to like it. And man, I was wrong. She fucking loves that show.
I keep hearing that. I haven't seen it.
Here it is. I found it. I kind of muted the music, put it down lower so it's less noticeable. But this is the moment that she laughed at and just loved in Daredevil.
Took you 20 years to learn how to get out of that one.
Yeah, I've learned a lot since you've been gone.
Like what?
You're a dick.
That's true. You got any beer?
Yeah, in the fridge.
And it's always good to see that guy.
Yeah, Frank Miller is what got me into reading Daredevil back in the 80s. And I fucking love all the references they have, the stick, and I fucking love that show. And
You put a soundtrack in 11 Alpha's mind.
I don't know. I wrote a song for Vindicated. I don't know if 11 Alpha's ever heard that. Do we have it here?
Yeah, but you read the comment, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, how the fuck would I spell that? I don't know if it's on here. I don't see it. See if I can find it and I can upload it. Please fucking work with me. I hate when you go looking for something and it throws you to like a vague fucking folder. Like, I've never been in that folder. Why is it loading me in here?
it's just to vex you, my friend. Just to vex you.
Here we go. Ooh, it's a big file, but let's see if it lets me upload it. Seems to be letting me. Seems to be letting me. Oh my. I think it did it.
Bye.
Oh my. And that's not an impression of George Takei. That's an impression of Captain Kirk doing George Takei. That is not what I fucking uploaded. Delete. Try that again. What the fuck?
Okay, give me a couple of minutes. I'm gonna feed the cat, and I'll be back.
Here we go. There we go. It's loading again. So here you go, Alpha. Let's see what you think of this song. This is written for my book. And let's see. Here we go.
Left to say, there's just no other way. Can you feel it now? It's like a steel boot to the gut. I feel the heat from these fields of fire. I hear the screeching of burning tires. I don't care how long it takes. I ain't never gonna break. I got a 5.56 that'll leave you around. I got the steel to bring the battle. And no, I ain't intimidated, because I am vindicated. I got a 5.56 that'll leave you around. I got the steel to bring the battle. And no, I ain't intimidated, because I am vindicated. I am vindicated. I am vindicated. Coming for you. They took so much from me. I'm not the man I used to be. They keep chipping me away, and I see the way they look at me. Can you feel it now? It's like a steel boot to the gut. I feel the heat from these fields of fire. I hear the screeching of burning tires. I don't care how long it takes. I ain't never gonna break. I got a 5.56 that'll leave you around. I got the steel to bring the battle. And no, I ain't intimidated, because I am vindicated. I got a 5.56 that'll leave you around. I got the steel to bring the battle. And no, I ain't intimidated, because I am vindicated. I am vindicated. I am vindicated. I'm coming for you. Poison in my veins. I ain't taking that drug again. Storm clouds darkening the sky, and I will never question why. Can you feel it now? It's like a steel boot to the gut. I feel the heat from these fields of fire. I hear the screeching of burning tires. I don't care how long it takes. I ain't never gonna break. I got a 5.56 that'll leave you around. I got the steel to bring the battle. And no, I ain't intimidated, because I am vindicated. I got a 5.56 that'll leave
little song I wrote. I wrote 2 songs for the book. The other one's Name on a Bullet. I can play that one if you guys want to hear it while I draw. It helps me get in the mood for some of the shit that I'm doing with this book. There it is. I also wrote another song, Alpha, for my combat vet buddies. And that one's called The Flow. And actually, it's one of Commander Cobra from KGRA's favorite songs that I wrote. And he was doing a show and he stopped, and he's going to be doing another show again. And he asked permission to use the song for the show because it's just a badass song for my combat friends. But here we go. This one's called Name on a Bullet.
Before you press play, I know that Vindicated is hard rock, but it sounds quite James Bondsy.
I meant that. That was intended to sound like a James Bond song because I'm a big fan of old school James Bond themes and shit. I actually liked, even though I'm not that big a fan of the films with Daniel Craig, I really liked 2 of the songs in particular. I liked You Know My Name and what was the next one called for Quantum of Solace? The kid from Black Eyed Peas and Alicia Keys did. It was a really good song. I liked hard rock being brought back into Bond. And then they went all soft with Smith. After Adele, it's like everybody has to do a song that's really soft and pretty. It needs to be emotional. Give us something emotional. I'm like, fuck you.
Okay, so now the next song.
Yeah, if you want to play it.
Oh, Name on the Bullet. Oh, here it is.
This is straight up R&B.
I need to wait a minute. I need to catch my breath. I can feel it at wound, somewhat deeper than flesh. You broke me down. You were my greatest sin. Giving you my trust and then letting you in. It's a shot that counts, and there's nothing more. You know you earned it when I come through that door. Throw up your hands, this is the end of the line. Choose your weapons, there ain't no better time. Stop your begging, I told you twice, there ain't no bargains, you know the price. You know what brought me, you know all of your crimes. There ain't no running from a bullet this time. I got your name on a bullet. I got your name on a bullet this time. You got one last chance. Don't waste your last night. You thought I'd let it go, but I changed my mind. You won't know it's coming. I'm just a shadow. You won't hear the shot until you feel your bones shadow. It's the shot that counts, and there's nothing more. You know you earned it when I come through that door. Throw up your hands, this is the end of the line. Choose your weapons, there ain't no better time. Stop your begging, I told you twice, there ain't no bargains, you know the price. You know what brought me, you know all of your crimes. There ain't no running from the bullet this time. I got your name on a bullet. I got your name on a bullet this time. long. You've hurt so many people, I can't let you go on. You made a mistake to start a war with me. The shitstorm's coming, fucking World War III. Ain't spending my days always looking behind. Not one more chance, I'm gonna end your life. It's the shot that counts, and there's nothing more. You know you earned it when I come through that door. Throw up your hands, this is the end of the line. Choose your weapons, there ain't no better time. Stop your begging, I told you twice, there ain't no bargains. You know the price, you know what brought me, you know all of your crimes. There ain't no running from the bullet this time. I got your name on a bullet, I got your name on a bullet this time. Got your name on a bullet, got your name on a bullet, got your name on a bullet, got your name on a bullet. I got your name on a bullet this time.
If I can't find a song that helps me get into the mood when I'm working, I'll fucking write one.
It's a pity that we can play any other song 11 Alpha because man, Thunderbolt is awesome.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
I mean, it's freaking Tom Jones.
I love that song. I love Live and Let Die. I consider Live and Let Die probably the greatest Bond theme song ever written.
Well,
And
you and Alpha are on agreement on that. I liked it, but I prefer Thunderbolt and Goldfinger.
What did he say? Hold on. Goldfinger is good. I honestly don't remember Thunderbolt. I do. But if I heard a few bars, yeah, hum a few bars. I'm not sure I know that song, but hum a few bars. I might remember. That's an old joke. Anyway, this one would also work on Miami Vice. I loved Miami Vice's soundtrack, man. They gave life to Phil Collins. And In the Air Tonight, man. That before that show came out, it was already like my favorite song because I was a diehard Collins fan. But boy, I got to tell you, that show gave more life to Phil Collins and helped his career. What's that? Hey, Joe, what's up, buddy?
Hello, Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Yes, Casino Royale is my honorific mention because
Casino Royale song. I can't remember the name of it. It's the one with.
Oh, You Know My Name.
No, that was the first one. Oh wait, no, yeah, Casino Royale. Sorry, I like the second one. Quantum of Solace theme song too, because that's the one with the kid from Black Eyed Peas and Alicia Keys. It's a really good fucking song. But yeah, You Know My Name was the one from the first film with Craig, which I think is a really pretty good Bond film. They hadn't completely fucked up yet.
Mm. Yeah, this was an impromptu, Joe.
Yeah, this wasn't planned. This is just me drawing. And I was sitting alone and I felt like, fuck it, I could just go hang out with everybody. Have them watch me as I doodle.
Doodly-doodly-doo.
Yeah, Kirby dots in here. I just love Jack Kirby's dot work around explosions and space and shit.
Okay. Nice statistics, Alpha. It says 3 themes have live or living, 5 have die in the title.
What?
The title of bomb themes, only 3 have the word
Oh,
live or living,
that's
whereas
interesting.
5
Good. That's a
have
good point.
die.
That's a good point, man.
Now, I know it's not a fan favorite, but I do like the one that Duran Duran make for Bomb.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with Aha's version. It's not like terrible or anything. I like that when they did Moonraker, they brought Shirley Bassey back. She's just one of those women that can fucking bolt out a James Bond thing. And anything by Tom Jones is fucking good to me.
I remember, I may be wrong, but I remember seeing a video of Tom Jones and Shirley making a duet for a Bond song.
You what?
Oh man, I need Anima to translate. But I remember seeing a video with Tom Jones and Shirley Bassey singing a Bond song or theme in a duo, but I can't remember the name of the song.
Wow, if only we had something like YouTube or something that could tell us what that song's name is. Let's go to YouTube and
Yeah, but
find out.
I'm not gonna look for a song that I cannot play.
Shirley Bassey,
And
Jones. See what happens. From my friends. Nothing duet. Okay, let's look up specifically James.
oh, we have a suggestion. Uh, 11 Alpha says, look for the Queen's Diamond Jubilee concert.
Queen's Jubilee.
I think you passed. Go down a little. Scroll down. I oh no, diamonds are forever. I saw the word diamond and thought that it would be. G.I. Joe Casino Royale was bait. They made us like the idea and then they did what they did.
Queen's, was it say Diamond Jubilee?
Diamond? Yes.
Okay, here it is. Got a few playlist.
No, this is not what I saw.
That's it. That's all I have.
Oh,
Okay, Tom Jones, Delilah. Fucking love that song. Feminists hate it, don't, and that makes me love it even more. The more they hate something, the more I embrace it. Diamonds Are Forever,
see.
Dame Shirley Bassey. So this might be it, but Tom Jones isn't listed.
No, that wasn't.
I see Tom Jones.
What?
Grace Jones.
Grace Jones?
Yeah, no,
She still
no.
sings?
No, she's not. That was a lie. He stopped existing in 86.
After Conan.
Yeah. 86 was the end of her. She's ceased to exist. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I looked for it.
Don't worry.
Oop. And baby, yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking one.
Okay, now I have Delilah in my head.
Any more chat? I haven't, because I'm not able to read while I'm drawing.
No, 11 Alpha was the last one saying something. It was about the Jubilee concert.
Mm.
So, hey, people, talk to us. Ask anything.
Yeah, I'm curious. Do you like the exploding head there, Alpha? I think it looks pretty fucking rad.
That is shooting a bit.
Yeah, this is just an example of if a round hits something just right, it'll have that gas impact where gas buildup explodes in the head. It's what I wanted to show here is just how fucking gruesome that is. And bad guys with long hair need to have their fucking head explode, in my opinion.
A little bigoted, but okay.
Why is it pretty bad? Is the photo of her pretty bad?
I don't know. I haven't seen. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. How could they do that to him? I mean, there there has to be better pictures. Jesus.
What? Now I've got that song stuck in my head.
Which one?
Delilah. Delilah.
Why? Why? I'm trying to push it out with it's not unusual. Though we always have.
I'm so lonely, so
So
lonely, so lonely and
lonely and
sadly
sadly
alone.
alone.
Oh, you remember hmm, the song "The Man with a Plan" from Captain America?
No.
Oh, I think that uh, "I Feel So Lonely" needs a new version, more orchestral, more grandiose.
Hmm.
Because if you forget the humorous part and the affection that one can have for the movie, it's a good song, melodically speaking.
Yeah. Draw him later. I just wanted to get this guy drawn. Now I can take out most of that blue line. Right here. Yeah. Yeah.
Swear to God, you're making sorcery in my eyes. I don't know what you're doing.
What's that?
If you ask somebody ask me, I am seeing you perform sorcery. I don't know what are you doing.
Um, to move that blood splatter. There we go. Turn, head explodes. Ah. I remember once when I was a paramedic, I went to a self-inflicted injury with a 12 gauge shotgun. The guy lip locked with it, and he was military. And he, everything from his tongue up was gone.
Yeah, pretty much.
And when we walked in, and I'm chuckling, I'm not laughing because it's funny. It was just so fucking crazy. When we looked up, because one of the cops that was there looked at me and did this. He looked at me and he went.
Oh,
And so I looked up, and there was a false ceiling up above, that corkboard kind of false ceiling, sprayed white. Well, above him, there were these fine little G.I. Joe like hair from the old 12-inch tall G.I. Joes. Their fake hair that they put on their head, make their head scrubby. It looked like that. Just little, his head exploded, and his little fine military cut hair was embedded into the drop ceiling, and there was this fine mist spray on the ceiling and wall. Anything that was white had this fine mist spray on it, and it was a tough one, man. That one's never left me. It stays with me to this day. And the worst part was when he lip locked with the 12 gauge. It caused gas buildup in his throat, and it split open his throat. I was just like, man, I'm going to do this call, and I just want to go home. I don't want to be there anymore. I'm going to hit save. How long have I been drawing? That's about long enough. I should probably start heading to bed. I think that looks pretty good. I didn't get my roughs for the other page, but I did finish the roughs for page 2, which I think looked pretty good.
oh shit, Alpha. Wow.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about that. We had something similar to that, and that one just, because I saw him a couple of times afterward, because I also worked at the VA, and he was a veteran, and I'd see him at the VA there in Seattle, and it was something very similar to that, Alpha. So this is, let's go to page 1.
That's an interview.
Finished. Page 1's finished. We got Tedesco waiting in his captain's office. His stomach growls. By the way, the actor that portrays Tedesco, that is my buddy Shane Moore, who's retired. He's been on the show. He's been in the chat too. He's a retired law enforcement police detective, and he was wounded in the line of duty, and he served in the U.S. Navy during the Gulf War, and we're very good friends. And so he is Tedesco. I just look at him, and that is him. So he's sitting there, and he sees this bowl full of jelly beans, and he's like, fuck it, I haven't had breakfast. So he scoops them out, shoves them into his mouth right as the door opens behind him. And in comes the captain. Okay, Frank. So he's spitting wet jelly back out into his hand, and then shoves them into his pocket like Mr. Bean. He read that and he just laughed so hard. He goes, "That's fucked up, Gary. I like that." And that is also an old friend of mine. That's Carlos. He has always been the captain since I started drawing the character, because I like his face. He looks like a captain. And I like the joke here. Where to, partner? First stop, emergency visit to my dry cleaner. She says, what for? Don't you worry about it. Because of jelly beans. He likes that page. And then I sketched out when they get, oh yeah, kind of. He's got a face like square face. And by the way, the actor who played Sergeant Carter on Gomer Pyle, was a real life drill instructor. He was a Marine, fought in World War II. I think he served in Korea too. Anyway, so this is a robbery that Vindicated interrupts and wipes all the bad guys, not everybody, wipes out all the bad guys, smokes them. And so what you're doing is you're hearing all these different stories, but you start getting a theme that Tedesco picks up on, that this guy likes helping people. He's a vigilante, but he's specifically focusing on these kinds of things. He's not going after certain crowds. He's going after specific things. And he notices that in each one of the robberies, not only does he save the people that own the store, the people doing the robbery are in the same gang, biker gang. And he's smoking them, which leads to the gang declaring war on Vindicated. Yeah. Not like doing these rough sketches because they just basically tell me what I really want to do. I was going to do the same thing on page 3. Where's page 3? There's page 3, but I didn't get to it tonight. I'll do it tomorrow. Page 95 is done. Let me close it. Except for I got to fix that fucking port. God damn it. Thanks, Alpha. Making extra work for me because I forgot to do something.
Well,
And I do like this scene because this is actually a technique that's used in if someone like, usually it's if you go around a corner, but I threw it in a spot where in real life he would have just smoked the guy, but I needed to have some hand-to-hand action here. So the guy lunges at him, knocks the gun out when he spins of his hand. And then the guy tries to grab the weapon, and instead of wrestling with him, he brings the side of the weapon over to the side of his head along with his grip, and then swivels his hip around on him and flips him and takes him straight to the ground and then gives him a coup de grace right there. It's a nice little coup de grace. Is he doing that with his weapon or a penis? It looks like he might be doing that with his penis.
Oh my.
And then he comes around the corner. They're like, hey, what's going on, Beto? And he comes around, pop, pop, pop. And of course, the guy that owns the store is a former Marine. And he does the pew, pew, pew thing. And I thought that would be funny to throw in. And that he mentions the gunpowder burned the senses, which is sulfur dioxide. And you'll hear people in movies and TV shows say cordite, but we haven't used cordite since 1945 in ammo for the military. Really for civilians either. If you get some old ammo, maybe, but I don't know of anybody. I really don't know anybody who uses old ammo made with cordite. So, what's that? Meow, meow, meow. Instead of pew, 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 meow, meow, meow. Close this one down. That page, I'll get to it.
Or you can make the Vindicated Donut Operator Edition and change the tag for quacks.
There we go. There you can see my Grogu up above there. That's Boba Fett. Of course, two Enterprises, and that's the Lost Space
The Eagle.
saucer, Jupiter 2. And then somewhere up here on that top shelf is the robot from Lost in Space. It's about 3 inches tall. And that's, what's his name? That's the Mandalorian when he was cool. I say coup de grace. Coup de grace is one way I've heard a lot of people say it. Strike a fart.
Oh my God.
He was one of them old school coup de graces. So anyway, That's it. I'm tired. I'm ready for bed. I'm done. Done. I'm telling you. So we had Tim was here, Parrot Head, Wade, awesome one, Emmanuel, Jacob the Critic, and of course 11 Alpha, who is not
And
listed
Joe's
up here.
atmosphere.
And Joe was here. Good to see some of my vet buddies in here. Appreciate you dropping in. Hope you like the military drawing, and I will fix that, by the way, Alpha. Let's see, I'm looking through the chat. Yep,
God
that's
bless
it.
you too. Awesome.
God bless you, buddy. We're going to get the hell out of here. Hope everybody has a good night, and we'll see. Well, they'll see you in the morning. Keith is going to be doing his show. Does he know what he's doing yet?
No, it's our show tomorrow.
Oh, we're going to be doing it in the morning. Okay, well, I'll see you in the morning.
In
We'll
the
just be
morning?
drawing it.
No. 3 p.m. Central.
Oh, it's Tuesday. Yeah, I got my days mixed up. My days all run together because I'm always drawing. I lose track of days. So, yeah, we're going to get out of here. Good night, man. Everybody have a good one. And we is out of here. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Man. It's been work.